All right, welcome to video 2 in the Pixelator saga, where you sent me 2 sets of gameplays. First set of battles was the meta team, which is what we covered previously. If you didn't see that video, link to that in the description below. If you want to submit some battles, link to that in the description below as well. But he also sent me some spicy battles, which Mandibuzz in the Open Great League. Okay. And I wouldn't consider Poliwrath to be super spicy, but we don't really see it anymore. It's kind of gotten phased out. I don't know if it was ever phased in personally, but I have not seen it as a selected Pokemon in a long time, and the few times I have seen it in battle, it kind of got annihilated. So we'll see how these battles go today. Again, apologies, we don't have the art because Hylian is a little busy, but seriously, I appreciate all the stuff he has done, and I'm sure we'll see more from him in the future. But again, I still wanted to use the Poliwrath that he already did have previously made, because I'm going to be reusing these for quite a few battles as more people use the same Pokemon. Without further ado, let's get into it. And I think let me get the playback right just to make sure that we're going at a proper speed here. I don't know when he's gonna find his opponent. There we go. So once again, as I said in the previous video, these battles are quite old. I sat on them for a while. Not really. I mean, I was posting other videos. I was personally prioritizing my own games, and I was trying to not post too much more than one video per day. So I have had these battles for a while, but I'm sure he's much higher ranked now, and it looks like these guys definitely know what they're doing, because an Altaria isn't usually something you get against people who are just picking random Pokemon. Now, Ice Punch is really good in this matchup, so I'm not really certain why Altaria is staying in. He can... Well, I don't know. I have actually, when I used to run Altaria, I used to come across a lot of well, not a lot of Poliwrath. Whenever I did, it's always kind of an interesting situation where Ice Punch is super effective, but, well, so is Sky Attack. So I guess it's pretty even. I'm not really certain. But Mandibuzz versus Mew, that is, definitely a fight. Okay, Flame Charge is just going to get tanked, no problem. And Wild Charge probably would hurt. He's most likely running Wild Charge because that's what most Mews are coming around with. And Foul Play, hitting for a lot. Yeah, that is... yeah, honestly, I'd shield because this would be boosted. Yep, I don't think a Wild Charge would KO, and I'm not really sure what the opponent is doing. I don't know if they're going to get to another move. Yeah, that was kind of a misplay on their part. And then Switch Advantage wasn't insanely important because, you know, Cresselia versus Altaria is a good matchup too, but pretty much his entire team beats Stunfisk. Now, Foul Play versus Shadow Ball, I'm actually not sure which one is better to use in the neutral matchups, I should say. Because for those who don't know, if you've ever raided with Darkrai, Darkrai's Shadow Ball is actually more energy efficient than Dark Pulse. Now, Dark Pulse is a different move than Foul Play, and this is PvE, not PvP. But in raids, if you're ever using a Darkrai, just know that Shadow Ball is better than Dark Pulse, even with stab bonus. Even though Dark Pulse is getting that 20% boost, Shadow Ball is such a great move in raids that it's actually quite a bit better. That doesn't apply to PvP, but it's good to know regardless. I've actually had this argument with people. There was one guy ever who didn't believe me, and I was like, okay, you know, crack knuckles. I already cracked him earlier, so that didn't sound very good. I went ahead, I pulled out a calculator, put on my reading glasses. Yeah, it is definitely better. Not significantly. If you're using Dark Pulse, you're still going to take down the Mewtwo, but it's good to know. Okay, yeah, I think Grass Knot, it is double resisted here, but it's probably enough to KO. Like I said, the writing on the wall was here a while back. This Stunfisk is going to have no play against this team, and that is game. And somebody just started the laundry. That scared me. Something started shaking upstairs. But yeah, definitely an interesting team. I really enjoyed using Mandibuzz during the Halloween Cup. I was one of the few very lucky people that actually hatched a Volibee with decent stats. It has like an 80%, 87% in get out of there as fast as possible. Yeah, honestly, I think Cresselia is a hard enough counter to make Victory Bell switch or not. But Mandibuzz is definitely what you want to have on this thing. Obviously, if it just went straight into Mandibuzz, then okay, he's going to shield that. What on earth could be in the back that is so weak to a Cresselia? I might consider shielding this myself. Yeah, that's probably a Leaf Blade though. Definitely going to do a lot of damage, and now we can get Mandibuzz on this. So I guess we're just sacking Cresselia. It did get a shield, though, so definitely not nothing, but we are not running a Air Slash variant of Mandibuzz. This is not going to be that dominating of a matchup, and that is a Bastiodon. So yeah, I would just throw the Foul Play here, try to run out the clock as long as possible, get Poliwrath back on this thing, because Dynamic Punch would essentially one-shot this Bastiodon, and he is unshielded, and I know he's going to farm. I was going to say, Pixelator knows what he's doing, so he's definitely reading the situation where Bastiodon is not going to threaten Poliwrath. I would go as close to 100 energy as possible, and then personally, being a little greedy, just knowing you want an Ice Punch, I would even undercharge this. It doesn't look like that's what he's going for. It doesn't look like he really needs to, but yeah, you just want at least an Ice Punch prepared for that Victory Bell, because it'll just one-shot it. Okay, it looks like that's what he had energy. That's what it looks like he had anyway, and that's great. And there comes the Azumarill. So wow, I guess he's up 2 shields. I was going to say, how does he win this? But I'm pretty sure Shadow Ball spam from Mandibuzz is going to be completely fine. Shadow Ball is a really, really good move. So any Pokemon that has it is definitely looking nice. He doesn't even need to shield that. Nothing Azumarill has is going to one-shot, but obviously it's not worth the risk. Shield up whatever it throws, and honestly can just KO by spamming Shadow Ball. Sorry about any hiccups today, but this is kind of what slowed down my videos. For about a week and a half now, I've been unsuccessful in getting longer than 6 hours of sleep in a stretch, and that was only on like 2 days. And personally, I like a lot of sleep because I'm usually up for a lot of hours, and I just haven't been. So even today, I've like stitched together 5 or 6 hours of sleep through 2 or 3 different cycles, and yeah, it's like I'm too awake to get back to bed. But as you can probably tell by some of my commentary, I'm not like all here. And so I've been in like zombie mode for a few days where I've been missing streams and videos, and I'm not thrilled about it, but there's nothing I can do. Just like he can't apparently get into a game. Oh man, I remember having that glitch. This kind of just calls to how old these videos are, because that was a glitch really, really bad in the beginning of the season. I think it's mostly mellowed out now. I haven't been playing, so I don't know, but it's yeah, it's okay. All right, going into Scrafty. Dynamic Punch is going to do a ton of damage. Mandibuzz is not going to be hitting for anything more than resisted, and Cresselia would decimate this thing. I just realized that I punched in 16 on that value. That's not possible. I'm not sure what his Cresselia actually is, but 16 is, how did I, okay, I did not just make this overlay. It was a few days ago. Stunfisk, blah, blah, blah. His Cresselia, oh, Cresselia is 315.6. And I must have just already had the 1 typed in. Honest mistake, but I'm pretty sure anybody could read that. And honestly, the IVs are just a nice to have on the overlay. I don't think anybody truly needs that. Just like nobody needs to watch this matchup play out. This is going to be a long grind. Okay, yeah, they're just going to be spamming Foul Play and Aerial Ace. Aerial Ace is going to come in, doing no damage. Yeah, I actually told him in DMs when he commented about a potential Mandibuzz mirror, and I'm like, I will absolutely skip ahead. I am not going to watch that out, but Mandibuzz goes down to the Stunfisk, no problem, and I think this is a dominant matchup. Like, even Foul Play is really not going to hit that hard, and Moonblast would one-shot, so I don't really know if there's a way that Cresselia could lose this matchup. I guess he's just expecting the bait at this point. Or he's just trying to 2-shield flex. Sometimes I do this where if I'm in a seriously winning game, I won't throw my charge move right away, just to essentially ask him to do what that Scrafty just did, where I'm like, can you just back out? Are we done? I always feel mean, but sometimes you know when a game is lost, and it's like, can we just end this, or are we going to be a little tricky? Yeah, double shield. Mudshot is probably not going to do enough damage to kill him, so he is probably going to be able to get to 2 dynamic punches before that Stunfisk could even, you know, get through his shields, and I'm pretty sure Dynamic Punch should do the trick right about now. Oh, wow. My bad. I thought Poliwrath had a better attack stat, but yeah, Galarian Stunfisk is very, very tanky, and look at that timer. Oh my god. That's exactly what I expected, because he mentioned that the gameplays were really long, and they're like, oh, it should fill out a video. I'm like, battles per video is what we're looking for, not time spent in battle, because that Mandibuzz mirror is brutal. In fact, that's one of the reasons I don't use Bastiodon or other super tanky Pokemon similar to it, because the Bastiodon mirror, I got against it in like one of my recent sets because I decided to use Bastiodon, and I immediately regretted it. It was a huge problem. It was super slow, and yeah, Bastiodon mirrors are pretty brutal. I think the worst one that I can think of is either Snorlax mirror in the Master League is insane. Even a Azumarill is not that bad compared to like a Lapras mirror. If you're running Lapras, Ice Shard, Ice Beam with Surf, that mirror match is over a minute, I think. It's very long and very brutal. It's not entertaining. Nothing unique happens. But that's another reason I think a lot of people have stopped running Azumarill. In fact, Azumarill is still really highly ranked. It's still a great Pokemon. Even if you don't have an XL, it's still a fantastic pick. But I think, can you guys, confirm or deny in the comments? I think a lot of us have just I don't know. Has anybody, if anybody who's ran Azumarill can probably feel me here when I say that you switch in Azumarill, they switch in Azumarill, and you just roll your eyes like, oh shit, here we go. This is gonna take a while, and I hate it. I hate it so much when there are plenty of great Pokemon that are either better than Azumarill, just as good as Azumarill, or counter Azumarill, so it's not even a problem. And yeah, so I don't personally run it, but oh my god. Okay, on the topic of saving time, Umbreon and Ninetales versus Mandibuzz. Okay, I'm just gonna, yeah, I don't even care who wins this. This is, okay, oh, Ninetales switched in. All right, we got it. Catching the foul play. They both have 2 shields. Keep this Poliwrath alive for the sake of all of our sanity. Oh my goodness. If that was a Psyshock, that could have done a ton of damage. Probably why he was hesitant to shield. I think Dynamic Punch is the only way that he beats Umbreon by the end of today. And yep, Psyshock's gonna... Oh man, that is such a weak move. I don't know what's going on there. Is Psyshock a weak move? Is Ninetales low attack? Or is Poliwrath bulky? Or all of the above? I'm interested to see how that works out. Yeah, he still has shields, doesn't he? Is this even gonna go through? Okay, it is gonna go through, but the opponent has 2 shields. Oh my goodness. I think he said these were a 5-0, and so I'm only saying that to be like, does he win this? Does he actually win this? I'm curious. Is he even running Last Resort? He is. Okay, sure. Yeah, maybe if I didn't skip ahead, I'd know that. Apologies, but the timer. He's gonna win on the timer. Oh my god, this is brutal. The opponent has shields and everything. He didn't even drop a Pokemon. I didn't even realize Pixelator hadn't fainted a single Pokemon on his team. Oh my goodness. Mandibuzz mirror and Umbreon mirror. That is insane. I am honestly asking for it though, because I am currently building a perfect Umbreon. Caught it during the Kanto event while Last Resort was available, while we were walking around, which was perfect because that meant that I was able to get my Umbreon nice and prepped. Yeah. Confusion from Victini versus Poliwrath, not good. His Victini on the enemy team there is only 1440, right? Is that what did I see that correctly? Oh, 1480. Okay, yeah. I was gonna say he probably has a couple of power-ups he can do. Yeah, I've considered Victini. In fact, just because I raid a lot and I have a lot of rare candies, so it's kind of a double-edged sword where I raid a lot, meaning whatever candy I want on a legendary, I end up getting, and I also, because I raid a lot, have a lot of spare rare candies that I can't spend because I raid a lot. So it becomes the circumstance where I have a lot of rare candy and nothing to spend it on. So I've actually just sort of pre-spent it on like my mythicals. So like Victini, Celebi, Jirachi, I have spent it on Mew at this point. I have actually used my Mew candies because I double moved it. But all of those mythical Pokemon, I just gave like either enough candy to level it up, because I think they give you 20 candy with each one, so you don't need to do that, but I just give it as many candy as it needs to max out under 1500 and have a second move. So if you actually go through my inventory, I'm not going to pull it up now or anything, but if you go through my inventory, you'll see that my my Celebi, for example, just has 100 candy just sitting there. And I didn't commentate these battles as much, but I feel like there's nothing worth saying here. Like, I know that a lot of YouTubers will just comment what's happening as it goes on, but I mean, Mandibuzz versus Swampert, we're going to be spamming Hydro Cannon, and I think Shadow Ball was ballsy. It's either 3 foul plays or a Shadow Ball and a foul play, so I think it doesn't really totally matter how that goes. He's going to take... Wow, that is a Surf Swampert. Okay. Not something I'd expect. To those who don't know, Surf is the exact same energy as Hydro Cannon, but Hydro Cannon, I think it does like 20 damage more. I'll look it up just while we're here. It's really not any reason you should ever use Surf if you can avoid it. However, Swampert, you know, it does have a community day move on it, so Hydro Cannon isn't always accessible. Definitely winning that game easy. I did not cover that video very well, but I am interested, just seriously speaking. Hydro Cannon does 80 over 40. Oops, and I just closed the Surf tab, my dumbass. And 65 over 40, yeah. So Hydro Cannon just does 15 damage more, which is fairly significant. Thank you for the battles, Pixelator. Fell off towards the end there, but on my end, I'm just getting distracted. I appreciate them. If you guys want to send me any more, comment down below, or not comment, description down below with the link to the battle submission page. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Follow me on Twitch, on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a nice day.